Excessive, extreme, and extra, all words to describe this relentless summer heat, especially here in Florida. This year is the 5th warmest year on record, and our pets feel it too, and the heat is burning their little paws. Joining us now is lifestyle expert and New Barker contributor Anastasia Turchetta with safe solutions to protect your dog's paws from burning or blistering. Welcome back to Bloom, Anastasia. It's always so great to see you.
Hey, Gail, thank you for having me back.
And I know you are always the best when it comes to finding like cool gadgets for our pets. And what temperature places our dogs' paws at risk? Because it is hot out there and you see people jogging with their dogs. And
yes, and that's a great question, and especially living in a hot zone or a hotbed, if you will, where we are in Florida. So the temperature is in between 76 and 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's really important to think about the ground temperature is actually hotter than the air temperature. Because a lot of times we look at it and we're like, oh, but that's not so bad. But when you think of like the floor and the ground, the sun heats the earth from the ground up. And it only takes 60 seconds for your dog's paw pads to burn on concrete or asphalt.
oh gosh, that's terrible. And we're talking about concrete and asphalt, but are there other surfaces that we need to be careful of and watch out for?
There are so many surfaces. It's things that we don't think about. So you'll see here, we've got Gibbs on the sand. We don't think about sand, but sand gets hot on your dog's paw pads. So go early in the morning or late in the evening. Artificial grass, something we don't think about, but the sun heats it up and that can burn your dog's paw pads. Metal bridges, brick walkways, tennis courts. If you're out hiking, it's just really important to make sure you protect your dog's paw pads. You know, the paw pads have these cute little cushions, but they provide balance, stability, traction, and they absorb shock for the dog's weight, meaning their bones and their joints.
And is it true, or maybe I'm stepping outside our area of expertise here, but don't the dogs kind of like the temperature for through their little pads on their paws? I mean, that's how they kind of regulate some of the heat and cool in their body.
Exactly. You know, dogs don't really have a great system to cool off. So they do have sweat glands that help through their paw pads. And then of course we all know that panting also helps, but you're right. So if the dog's paw pad is injured, it's really hard for them to help their body regulate temperature that's safe and healthy.
Now in some of that video of Gibbs, who by the way, if you're just now joining the Bloom, you will know that Gibbs has the best life. He travels all over and he was wearing these cute little boots.
Yes, yes. So these are ways that you can help protect your dog's paw pads. Number one, these are socks. They're great for, like, we live in downtown St. Pete. They're awesome for walking around on sidewalks. You saw hiking, little hiking boots, they're more of a booty, if you will. That helps to protect also. Then there's balm, and the balm or wax, I prefer balm because it's almost like a moisturizer for the paw pad. You want to make sure it's smooth. But before you even go out, check the heat index. It's so important. It's not just looking at our phone for the temperature, it's also scrolling down, and you know where it says it feels like? That's what you want to look for, because you want to make sure you're not walking your dog in heat to burn their paw pads, maybe place them at risk for heat exhaustion or heat stroke.
If you do go out, even in the morning, sometimes it's really, really hot. It's like up to 80 degrees in the beginning of the morning. You always say bring along some water.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's really important to keep them hydrated. So we have to think ahead sometimes, because it takes us longer. We're like, well, we got our sneakers on, but dogs don't have sneakers. And,
that's right.
You know, we might have our own, water bottle with us, but we need to provide for them. So they are like children, where you have to help them stay healthy and happy.
Now, can you tell just by glance at looking at, the pad of your dog's paw if it's been injured and you need to seek medical care?
The dog will tell you. So yes, if the dog's paw is burned, you will see some of the paw pad actually burned off. Yeah, and it would look raw. There's no other word to describe it. Otherwise, your dog will lick their feet, or they may walk unusual because the paw pads provide stability and balance. They'll tell you they're hurting. So it's best really to be about prevention. And the only way to do prevention is when pet parents, we can be on Paw Patrol.
All right, Anastasia, it's always so great to see you.
Thank you.
All right, and I'll connect you with Anastasia on our website, WFLA.com/Bloom.